Welcome back to the PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 135.
And let me get my notes up here. Holy cow. I had so much else going on right now. 135 is the Valve is actually planning to release a 135-degree VR headset bundled with controllers and Half-Life VR.
You said 135 degree?
135 degree. That's exactly the same degree level as a Vive, HTC Vive.
Oh.
Yeah, the 135 degree viewing.
Is that how much viewing we have?
That's less than 180. Yeah, it's like coned.
I guess I've just never thought about it. I was like, what is our degree of sight?
What's your degree of sight?
Does it matter if your eyes are further in or out or?
Well, it depends on if you have a derp face.
Josh.
I have a very specific notion on VR.
Go ahead.
Just like 3D in a sense.
You think it's gimmicky?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think it will last in the
that's-
grand scheme of things.
You'd be surprised.
Just my opinion, and I may be wrong.
I think it's going to go that way eventually because people want to start getting into inside the video game.
I think at the state it is now, it's going to change a lot before it is mainstream, I guess.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because I don't think people want to wear things on their head.
No.
Which is why they don't want to wear 3D glasses at home.
I just think that it is just. I think
it'll target I think it'll be more advanced to target older folk versus the younger folk. I don't think care about putting crap on their face or their head.
You mean they're okay with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
the
then
younger people.
For, the older people like us, we don't want to sit around with something heavy on our face or
because
our
we
head
like doing
for a while.
this. We like interacting.
Yeah.
So
if they made it as simple as what Google Lens or whatever was supposed to
Google
be,
Lens is failing.
You just put your glasses on.
Like $10,000 or something.
It's failing hard.
Yeah.
It was Google Glass.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, and I saw one person in my entire life have it. Yeah, and he was a beta tester. So that's the only time I've ever seen it, and that's when I was working at retail 5 years ago.
So why don't we announce what we're doing right now?
Oh, we're live on YouTube.
Oh, we're live on YouTube.
Yes, we are. We got a few people watching. So
yes. Just to let you guys know, if you are watching us live on YouTube right now, I do have chat up, and you are able to communicate with us and comment throughout the entire show. I'll do the best I can to keep up with that, just so you guys know.
Yep. And so along with that, Half-Life coming out with this is just reported. It hasn't been official, but Half-Life coming out, that's a very big deal because the last time Valve touched Half-Life was in 2007.
I say that was a long
for the
time ago,
orange
wasn't
box.
it? Yeah, the orange box.
11 years ago. Yeah,
Remember the orange box?
I do.
Portal, Half-Life, and
Team Fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite Valve game?
Portal.
No.
Well, actually, no. Valve, I guess.
Yeah, you'd like Left 4 Dead too.
I'm gonna say Left 4 Dead. Never mind.
The Left 4 Dead to me is just an arcade game on steroids.
It absolutely is.
It is, but it's fun.
Is that okay?
I don't really like them. I would play them, but I don't like. Ooh, I need to play Left 4 Dead too. No,
that's Alex.
It's one of those games where
like,
you don't play it by yourself. It's definitely one that you have to get everybody.
And I know I'm in the minority with that.
Yeah.
You're very minoritous. Is that a word?
I don't think it is.
I don't know if that I don't think that's a thing. But yeah, so my favorite Valve game is Portal 2. And you've never played the Portal series, Brett?
I have not.
That's one of the campaigns I can't recommend a game
I can see
series.
Brett getting frustrated with it though.
It's a puzzle-based game.
Yes, it's puzzle-based and
2 is funny.
It
Yeah,
is.
I've
2
always
is
heard
fun.
it's funny.
And it's also co-op.
Yes.
So you and I got to play that sometime.
We played a little bit together and figured most of it out.
We should do a Twitch stream on that.
On that one?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's move on from there. It's been
Well, why
crazy
don't you
week.
just say what you pre-ordered?
Oh, I pre-ordered Smash today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm getting that December 7th is when it comes out.
Like how he says he pre-ordered Smash.
Because I did.
Maybe he physically did it himself.
I did.
He should have said we, the royal we.
But maybe
No.
it was actually him that pressed the button.
It was under my
And
name.
I know, and then he said he's getting it December 7th.
I am. It's getting delivered here
Do you
at my
hear-
residence.
Do you hear all of his residence.
That one you might have went over.
Hold
His
on a second.
residence.
It is
Over
your residence too. I'm not including you in this purchase though because I was the one that pre-ordered it.
I'm not included in this. All right,
Yeah,
he's
I
just
would-
going down the
I
drain.
would definitely have issue with that if I were you too.
Thank you.
Why?
It is my game.
What did I
This
say
is
wrong?
my residence.
It's not just yours.
It's not that what you said was wrong. You were omittable.
I was omitting Alex from the
Yes.
entirety of that because she didn't sit next to me and click the button.
No, I'm not talking about that part. The fact that you're having it delivered to your house, not our
house.
Well, whatever.
I would
I mean, if
tend
you really want to,
I would tend to agree that yes, you did pre-order it, but you shouldn't say I'm having it delivered to my house when
Yes.
she's ready.
okay, it's being delivered to our residence,
Aw, thank
but
you.
I pre-ordered it
4.
for us.
There you go.
Okay.
Now we're good. Now we're good. My game too. Damn it. I'm probably going to play it before him. Just because of that, I'm going to open it and I'm going to stick it in beforehand.
I think you should.
What?
I think you should wrap it up and put it under the Christmas tree.
And make him wait until Christmas,
Well, here's
which
the
we won't
thing.
even be back until the 26th anyway.
Well, here's the thing. It gets delivered here on Friday. Who gets home before you? This guy.
Guess who is home for
As I
lunch?
say, I run home on lunch.
Post office doesn't always come around lunch, especially around the busy time.
Sometimes they do.
It could be there though. Is the
It could
point.
be. We're
Even
going
if-
nowhere with this.
Even if you came home,
I'm
before
going to find
her,
it, wrap it, and then he's going to have to find it.
Even if you opened it, you could wrap it up when it's after it's open.
what I would do is I just take the chip and just.
You know what I'm gonna
She
do?
can keep the case all she
You know what
wants.
I'm going to do?
I think
I'm
she's
going to take
smart enough
the
to
case.
deliver it.
Yeah, I'm going to take the case. I'm going to lay it out somewhere, but I'm going to
I don't think she knows.
I'm going to hide the chip.
I don't think you know what it looks like.
What?
A Switch game.
Are you kidding?
Have you ever
Yes.
You've-
How many times have my nephew been over here and I've switched his games?
get it?
Ha!
At least twice.
Okay, let's
So,
move on.
Yes, we went nowhere with that.
Yeah, let's move on. So we pre-ordered Super Smash Brothers and it's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be. Yeah.
We're going to have a party.
How was your week, Brett?
Like which one?
The
Like
rest of last
the
week until this
up-
week.
Oh, it's busy. I'm back. I wasn't gonna tell the reason of why I'm back in retail until our New Year's Eve yearly wrap up show. Like
You don't
we kinda
have to.
do.
You don't have to.
Well, I will then, but
Okay.
I'm just saying I'm back in retail world, and we went from Halloween right into the push for Thanksgiving and the Black Friday, so it's been busy.
It's
I've
gonna
been,
be.
I mean, I've been busy, just working like a fiend.
Not only that, your arm.
Yeah, I did
what the heck's
something to
going up
my
with your arm now?
I don't know. It's better, but
It doesn't look as swollen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Last week you were really in pain.
last week it hurt real bad. This week it's been better. I think you kind of helped me diagnose that it might be tennis elbow.
I am
I don't
not
know.
a
Medical
It
professional.
was a amateur diagnosis.
I said, you know what? It might be
It
tennis
sounds
elbow.
like the symptoms sound very similar. It's just something in my arm has been inflamed and it's been painful. And when you work with, you're doing physical work,
yeah.
that takes a toll. So I've had to deal with that.
Do tendons sprain? Can you sprain a tendon?
I don't know.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
I think so.
You
Yeah.
could have done something. I don't know. You could have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can inflaming. I mean, tendonitis.
I think it's just another sign that I'm
Old.
not as young as I used to be.
Not necessarily,
But
because
Not
You're-
necessarily.
you're-
Young people can get hurt too.
True, but as you get older, your body reacts to stress and physical stress different ways.
So
than
I,
when
you know,
Absolutely
just
it does.
10
because
years
you
younger.
because you
Yeah.
brought that up, Josh and I have watched some videos lately on YouTube where there's kids playing around and doing things, and it's the point now where I'm almost like I have like high anxiety watching these videos of these kids jumping on trampolines
getting
and falling off, and I'm like, they just get up and start running around again. I'm
You
like,
know,
I'd be dead.
if I freaking did that,
I can't even watch when I have to close my eyes when they hit the ground.
Yeah.
yes,
You know?
Alex
like
does too.
if
Like,
someone is about to face plant or do anything where they're going to bend in a way that they're not supposed to, I
Uh-huh.
can't watch because
I'm
I'm just
with
like
ya.
I can feel it.
Yes.
I'm like,
Oh my
no.
gosh, it's rough.
But I can watch somebody get kicked in the nuts though.
Because you've never felt it.
No, I can imagine how much it hurts, but
No,
it's
you
still.
can't.
Yeah, I can.
No,
You can't.
Okay,
No.
well, you can't imagine what it's like to
Have
have
a
baby.
child and then
That to that point,
They've
we
been-
can't even imagine what labor, the
How
kind
many
of pain that
bones?
labor is.
Oh yeah, what was it?
it feels like breaking like 10 bones in your body or something at once.
Somebody, yeah. Well, what did we hear that on?
I don't know.
But
I don't
being
know.
kicked in the
Groin.
nuts is
Okay.
not the same.
It's probably just a shot of
It's-
severe nausea and pain.
It's not.
Ugh.
It's not pain though. It's
It's
Have you
a-
been kicked
It's
in the nuts?
agony.
it's severe discomfort like you would not believe. It's where nauseous and you're sick and it's very hard to describe.
Have you been kicked in the nuts?
I think every guy.
Every
probably
guy has. Yes.
Okay, people on YouTube, have you been kicked in the nuts?
Podcast listeners, have you been
Podcast,
kicked in the
have
nuts?
you been kicked in the nuts? If so, we want to know.
I don't know what the fascination
well,
is about
let me
it.
say
though.
this. I don't know if everybody's been kicked in the nuts, but they've been
Tapped.
hit in the nuts some way.
If you have a
You
kid,
know?
absolutely. Kids,
Well, you
kids,
can say, especially like
you're
two.
at their eye
yeah, I'm
level.
gonna say
You're
two
at-
2-year-olds. They just kind of like they run at you and just.
If you're at Rick's apartment and his dog
Oh, it is dog
dives
Utley.
at your crotch.
Oh,
Yes.
Utley, he's
Utley
so fun.
just jumps. Well, I mean, Layla jumps on your lap too.
Yeah, but Utley's like
Utley's more physical.
3
Utley,
times as heavy. As
he's got
Layla.
spring in his step. Layla's like, she'll just flop
How heavy is Layla?
like 10 pounds, 9
like-
pounds.
yeah, like,
I
yeah,
bet-
8.5, 9.
I bet
Yeah.
Utley's close to 30 pounds.
Oh, I don't think so.
I
I
would
think
say
Utley would
20.
be like 20.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
still a heavy amount.
Yeah,
That's double.
especially
So.
when he's older now, but when I was around, he was
In his
he
prime,
was running around.
fit
and
little fiddle
He
dude.
could
Yeah.
he could dive onto the couch from 10 feet away. Not that
Oh.
far, but
That's a rat
Yeah.
terrier for you.
yep.
Yeah. So our week started off just fantastic. Last week when you left the house, we're gonna tell our
it
doorknob
wasn't-
story.
early. It was like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it was like 10 o'clock. Alex and I were just about to go get something for dinner, and we couldn't open our door. We turned the doorknob, couldn't open our door entirely. We went outside,
So
turned the door, couldn't open it.
basically, the knob disconnected from the little thing that goes.
The spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing though is like
We were locked inside
we-
our house.
We were locked inside our apartment. We could not we took the doorknob off.
You could go out the back door.
Yes,
but
but
it's
how
a-
would you lock the door the next morning?
Right,
Yes.
you wouldn't be able.
Because
Right.
we have our back door doesn't have a key. It's a
Right,
thingy.
It's an indoor lock only.
right.
Yeah.
That's not how that goes, Alex.
I think the slider moves up and down.
No,
right?
no.
It's a toggle switch.
It's a
Oh, okay.
toggle switch.
Yes. So,
Honestly, I look at that every time I lock it and unlock it. I'm like, someone could freaking just.
that's why you
Jimmy.
have the.
Yes, I know
The
that's why we
bar.
have the bar to put up,
Yep,
but it's a
yep.
sliding door with a little notch
Yes.
thingy on it.
Yep,
Anyway,
yep.
So you got stuck in your apartment.
We got stuck in
Yeah.
our apartment for an hour, and Josh was like, well, maintenance is off. It's like, they're not going to come fix
It's
this. I'm like,
emergencies only.
it is an emergency because
Technically,
it's a fire hazard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because what if there was a fire by the back door? Can't get out.
Do you want to try that again, Alex?
What?
She stammered her words right
I
there.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
It's okay.
Get out.
Today, Junior.
Oh, we
Alex.
just watched that. We just watched Billy Madison the other night.
Yes, we did. Not only that, we were playing Halo on Sunday night,
Oh,
and your lips
what did
got
I-
in the way with your
my
of your
lips
words.
got in the way of my words.
When
You were there for that one, Brett.
Yes, you were.
I said bullshit.
I do remember that.
That's a good clip that's on my Twitch. Which, by the way, hey, if you would like to follow me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Q_kitty, KUTEKITTI.
Yep.
Check it out.
Play Saturday through Tuesday,
There you go.
9:30 p.m. till
Okay.
whenever you get off.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, anyways, we couldn't get out. Maintenance had to come in, repair it, and everything. So that was a
So,
great start.
What was funny was, so Josh went to go. What, you went to go turn in rent or something? I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
You left. You left for a few minutes, and maintenance knocked on the door, and I'm like, "Well, I can't open the door for you because it's broken." So I was standing on the opposite side, looking through the hole that I had taken the knob off, and he was trying to jiggle it open, and he was like throwing his body into it, like twisting it, and I was like, "My frame was coming off." I'm like,
Yeah,
"You're gonna
your-
break the frame."
Your frame is weakened.
Our frame is
It's
Yeah.
these apartments are Old.
Yes.
They're very old.
Yes.
So it's like, from my end, you're breaking the frame. He's like, oh, thank you for that. I'm like he threw his body like twice into it to try to open it. I'm like, what did you know? Like,
Ooh, I have a question. Did you ever consider taking the pins out?
What pins?
What
the
pins?
actual door?
Okay.
That would have been the
hinges.
last resort.
I did think about that,
Yeah.
but I'm like, you try to take those out. They're
Yeah,
freaking
you-
old.
They're not that
and-
difficult to do. There's one already falling off that one. You can see it in the top. You can
You
just pull
need-
that one right out.
Do you have tools?
Yeah.
Pliers,
Yeah,
yeah,
we've got
absolutely.
tools.
We might need a hammer.
Screwdrivers, hammers,
Might.
yeah.
I'm sure
Anywho.
our front door, though, like with how crappy it is and how old it is, it's probably better to just break the damn frame and then have them replace it.
We need a new door. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so that was the start of
So
our.
yeah, you left
of our
and
week.
you broke our door.
Yep.
I didn't do anything. Well, I might have.
You were the last person to touch it.
I might have.
We watched The Incredibles 2
Yeah, we did. Oh, I forgot about that.
on Thursday and Friday.
And honestly, that movie is better than the first one.
it's
I know
it's
we had
amazing.
Shane on here, and he was telling us.
Yeah, he said it was
and
good.
He said it was like, oh, it was a really good movie, and I had so many people saying they were giving it great reviews,
Mm-hmm.
but we just never. That was just one we never went and saw.
No.
Didn't you give Shane crap about it, if I remember
don't think so.
correctly?
I don't think so.
He
I don't know
said
why
it
I
was
would.
really good. I don't know. For some reason, I recall that there was
Shane wouldn't even
there
remember.
was something said about it, and he reassured that it was good.
Really?
I think so, but I
Oh.
won't swear to it.
Okay.
See, I don't
remember.
recall that at all. But yeah, great movie. Jack's the star of that.
yeah.
It's a
Mhm.
great film. I recommend to any superhero, Pixar, Disney, anything. Great movie. Recommend it. Highly
Mhm.
recommend it. I give it like
It's better.
I give it like a 9.5.
Yep, better than the first one.
I don't think there was
Didn't
a moment I
IGN
didn't like.
it got a perfect score, didn't it?
It got a 9, I think.
Did it?
No.
I thought it got a perfect score.
No.
I doubt it.
I can't tell you the last time I saw a perfect score on a movie.
Yeah.
I couldn't. No way. They don't give a lot of perfect scores out for anything these days.
A couple of video games this year have got it.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
of War and
Red Dead
Red
Redemption.
Dead. Speaking of Red Dead Redemption 2,
What about it?
the last South Park episode.
Oh my gosh.
It is freaking hilarious.
Everyone's playing Red Dead Redemption 2 in South Park.
Yeah, so it's just like, and that's just like a side thing. Like, there's a main story going on, and then you just find out everybody from like Cartman to like the devil is playing Red Dead Redemption 2, like, because they reference something and there's just stuff going on, and they just want to go home and be able to play, and they're like,
There's an entire story about how the sheriff of the town wants to go home and play Red Dead Redemption 2.
yeah, so
That's
like,
all
oh,
he wants to
there's
do.
another freaking school shooting. Damn it, these kids keep shooting each other up. I just want to go home, and then he like talks about like a certain scene in Red Dead Redemption 2, and someone goes, "Oh, are you playing Red Dead Redemption 2?" Like, but it's like every single storyline just fades into, "Oh, you're playing that too?"
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
the devil.
Yep.
It was just, it's such a great episode.
He got so angry because his wife, the
Oh,
sheriff's wife, started playing on his account. She only played for like an hour, and he's like, "Are you kidding me? Now I have to start all over." So he started a brand new character, and apparently the beginning of Red Dead Redemption 2 is like a 4-hour tutorial.
That's a legit concern, though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want people playing on my account.
Absolutely not. I mean, if I was that invested in a character, for RPGs, I don't think I've ever really, other than my own single player games, I don't think I've ever really had too much investment.
Do we have any comments?
Yes, we do. We've got Loved Incredibles 2 by Paige, and Edna and Jack stole the film. Yeah, Edna too.
Edna.
Yeah.
Yes. She's so funny. You've seen the
like,
firum, first one, right?
I don't babysit. Never mind. Goodbye. Like, get out of here.
Brett, you've seen the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, Edna. Auntie Edna now.
Yeah. What's up?
Well, did you want to move into this topic here that's on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, I guess we can talk more movies since we're already talking about The Incredibles. Have you heard anything about new trailers and stuff? Because there's some, internet went crazy over Pikachu, Detective Pikachu.
Just something about a Ryan Reynolds and crossover with Deadpool. I don't know.
No, that's a meme.
Oh, it was all I know is
There's a meme of
all I know is
Pikachu
Ryan Reynolds
dressed up as
doing
Pikachu,
something.
or Deadpool dressed up as Pikachu.
Pokemon or something.
Yeah. So there's a Pokemon movie coming out. It's called Detective Pikachu, and it's actually a story of a game that was made by Nintendo where Pikachu speaks to its owner, and it's actually like a Sherlock Holmes thing.
And only its owner can hear
Yeah.
Pikachu talk.
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody else just hears Pika Pika.
And it's just a live action Pokemon movie, and I'm really
It is.
excited
So
for it.
I got super excited, and then all of a sudden my excitement went bye-bye because I was like, it's gonna flop. Like it's just I just have
You're
this.
afraid it's going to.
I'm afraid that it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
It looks good. It really does.
It's
You want it to.
your view of live action Disney movies.
Yes, it
Being
is.
disappointed.
It looks like they're focusing on first gen, but I did see some other generation.
Oh
Pokemon
no,
in
there's other gens.
But the scene with Mr. Mime.
Oh, my favorite Pokemon.
is-
Mr. Mime has a full scene.
Yes,
He's my favorite one.
It's
Fight
great.
me. He's the best of all Pokemon. I don't care what you say.
Everybody has their favorite.
Yep, Mr. Mime for me.
But at the end, you see like this battle going on between I think it's Pikachu and Charizard, and
Yes.
Charizard is like he looks
Badass.
It looks really good. I was
Yes.
like, okay, maybe we need to go watch Pikachu. But Ryan Reynolds being the voice of Pikachu, I told Josh this I think last night. I was like, they could have picked somebody else. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is funny, right? Like this is not. They could have picked someone else to play Pikachu.
Yeah, I
So
totally agree.
I don't. Just watching it, the voice just does not match the character to me.
Who do you think should be?
I don't know. I've thought about it for a long time since we've talked about it, and I was like, I can't.
Do you think it should be a girl?
Yeah, actually.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Females do play male voices pretty well, especially younger male voices. So I think they should have picked a female that could. But you think all Pokemon are female?
I do.
Every single Pokemon Alex catches, regardless of they actually tell the gender, and on your Pokemon Go game,
unless it's like
and
Nidoking
she'll say
or something.
she. I don't care. You
Wilmer's a boy.
Oh, because he goes, whoa. All right, let's.
All right, let's get outta
Toy
here.
Story 4. That trailer teaser
I
also came out.
have purposely avoided everything about that just because I haven't seen Toy Story 3.
Oh,
It doesn't matter.
Don't care.
what's
Okay.
the teaser?
It's just a teaser, and it doesn't have anything to do with 3.
I'm still, even when it
That's
comes
fine.
out,
No, I get it.
I'm going to avoid everything
I have until you
Um,
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
until I said
The teaser is it's pretty much just a 30-second teaser that shows the
The characters.
characters,
Oh,
and
there's
then
a second teaser.
and then there's a new one.
Yeah, with Key and Peele. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually pretty funny. They're making fun of Buzz Lightyear's catchphrase, "To Infinity and Beyond."
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty funny.
I know, but apparently we're gonna have a spork as a new character. I'm really not sure.
That sounds so bad.
I'm really not sure because he was like, "I'm not supposed to be here," and then everybody like freaks out. So I'm like, and he looks like it's what we used to do as like kindergartners.
He's a drawn utensil.
It's a utensil, a spork,
Yeah.
a fork, spoon, and it's got stuff glued to it to
Do
make
you
it look
guys-
like a human.
Okay, I'm gonna change the subject a little bit here. Do you remember those Pizza Hut commercials with the pizza cutting tool as a face
No.
and the pizza slice? Oh my gosh, you guys don't remember those Pizza Hut commercials?
Nope.
Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. Does anybody remember that? Because that sounds very familiar to me.
Okay, well that's the only trailer I saw was them spinning around in a circle holding hands, and the spork freaks them out.
any more comments?
Just saying that yes, there is a teaser for two teaser trailers.
Two teasers. Okay.
Yeah.
2 teasers.
So what do I think about the fact that there's going to be? Really, Mom? Why are you calling me during the podcast? Sorry, Mom. I don't. Paige, if you're watching, you can let Mom know that I'm not picking up right now. She knows that I'm live. Tell her to go on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, I'm really gonna look this up. But the trailer for Paige.
Oh, oh my gosh, what's it called? Fighting with my family.
Yes.
The WWE movie.
Right.
It
I am
actually
looking forward
looks
to
really
it.
good.
And that's not only that. I think that this might open the door for other biop movies from wrestlers like
Yep.
The Rock, Stone Cold,
Well,
Bret Hart.
Movies?
Yeah, biop movies.
Because
Biopics.
Yes,
Yes,
they've
it's,
all done some kind of documentary.
no, this isn't documentary style. This is acting. Like another person's portraying Paige, the wrestler, and her entire family. And Dwayne Johnson's actually producing it.
Oh,
So
$7.
it's gonna be good.
It's the trailer. It's really long. I
Yeah.
hope we didn't watch like the whole movie, but you know how that's how it is. It looks really good. It looks really good. Like surprisingly, I'm like I saw it on Facebook. I scrolled through it. I'm like, let's just watch it because I saw a teaser when they brought the teaser out, and I was like, I don't know about it. Well, this one actually looks like legit. Like it looks really good.
They got a nobody planner.
Yes. I don't recognize her. I don't
That's okay.
recognize anybody but The Rock in the movie.
I wouldn't have
And The Rock plays The Rock, so
had anybody.
Oh no, there's a few actors that I recognized.
I didn't recognize anybody.
Yeah. I'm looking at this commercial. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Yes, the 90s commercial. That's
Oh,
it.
Yes, I remember that guy. Yeah.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, and then he moves or whatever, and it's
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna try to. No, it's not gonna work. So in the 90s, Pizza Hut was doing
you
a.
could put a link, couldn't you?
Yeah, Alex, can I send this to you and you just put a link in?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll share this to you and you can just do that.
yeah. I'll do that to you guys on YouTube.
Yep, it'll be on YouTube. So perks of watching us on YouTube, you get to see stuff as we're talking about it.
As we're talking about it.
Yeah. So let's move on from there. I'm really excited to see the Page movie. That comes out I think February, right? Is that when it was?
Oh, I didn't actually. I don't remember when it said it was coming out.
Speaking of movies, I watched a movie last night.
Oh, what was it?
Skyscraper.
How was it? Was it Die Hard with The Rock?
No, it really had. I mean, I know that. I think he said publicly that it was kind of his homage to movies like Die Hard and some of the other movie that I don't know that had a big building. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. You know, it's not a great movie, but there was entertaining things about it. What was a little bit weird was what?
Isn't his wife the chick from Scream? Yeah. Yep.
He was not a badass in this movie.
He was a wimp.
A regular guy.
Oh, bull crap. The Rock is not a regular guy.
He was a regular businessman.
It's like Mr. Incredible being in that insurance.
He was a former hostage rescue agent on an FBI team, and something happened, which is why he's got a fake leg. But he was not this, I'm going to go fight terrorist bunch kind of thing.
He lost a leg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I wonder if this is kind of an homage to people who are disabled.
It was very much that way.
And
he
that they can be action stars too.
He wanted to kind of honor vets that have lost, or anybody that's lost a limb.
Absolutely.
So it was, like I said, it was entertaining.
I can't tell you any movie that's ever had the main star without a limb.
I imagine there probably has been some, but I can't think of anything.
I can't really, other than nothing that would be super substantial at least. So, did you like it?
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
I'm not that I wouldn't want to see it in theaters, but I'm glad I paid $2 to see it instead of $13 or whatever it might cost.
Okay. Yeah. So let's move on from there. Do you guys want to touch on anything else on movies as far as what we've talked about, or do you want to jump into?
I still haven't fully completed The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, we have. Okay, so Alex,
I've tried watching this movie like 10 times.
I've only seen it once, and it just does not.
It's a weird movie. It's a weird movie.
It's really weird. How much more do you think I have left?
I think at least a half hour.
I have at least a half hour, and I've watched it in 2 or 3 different phases this week.
This week, but she's also watched it many times before that and falling asleep at the
first 20 minutes, the first same place.
Why are you watching it? Are you watching it late at night?
Yeah.
Yes, every time.
Why do you do that? Because you're not going to get through it.
I don't know.
Oh no! We watched it early evening Sunday, but you told me to turn it off because you wanted to take a nap and you actually wanted to pay attention to the movie. Welcome to the podcast, Alex.
I'm communicating between this family and our YouTube family.
I know exactly what you mean. I know it's beloved, but it just does nothing for me.
The cult following.
There is so many memes.
Oh, absolutely.
So many memes from this movie
that
I finally understand now.
I do like.
You haven't finished it yet.
Finished
it?
I do like when John Goodman's shut the fuck up.
He says that the whole freaking movie. The whole movie.
I love it. John Goodman's character made that. I think I like all of them. I like all the main 3 guys.
What's the Walrus song?
I am the Walrus.
I am the Walrus.
I am the Walrus. Shut the fuck, Donnie.
It's so funny.
I have one more movie thing.
Yeah.
So I've been watching. On my lunches at work, I've been watching Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the Blu-ray set, and I popped in the 3rd one to watch the extras. And one of the features was a most common asked question of Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis. And
Okay.
Zemeckis was the director. Bob Gale was one of the producers, but they both kind of wrote the trilogy together. And they had a list of questions that people got crazy detailed with, and they had an answer for everything, and it just kind of blew my mind how much extra thought they put into stuff while or that wasn't said in the movie. Could you not I'm trying to say something here.
I'm listening.
Yes.
So basically it was just some very thought out answers to these just crazy detailed questions that fans have come up with
Mm-hmm.
that they've put together through holes that they found.
So plot holes, and they're just giving
Basically.
answers to them.
They're saying, well, it could be this, or if, take it that this happened, well, it's a result of this, or just stuff like that.
I don't
So
think.
really, really, really made me think more into than just what you see on the screen.
Well, what I saw on the screen was satisfying enough. I didn't need to dig into it.
And that's what I think major fans do.
Is dig into it. Of course they do.
And because they love it.
Yeah, you do that
So-
with any franchise that you love.
Sure.
You will dig deep into anything
And
of that
the
nature.
fact that they were able to give such detailed answers was even better. They weren't just like, well, you kind of have to figure it out yourself. They didn't do that. They wanted to answer it for the fans. So I really like that.
That's good. That's good that they do
There
that.
was one part. I think one of the questions was, what are some of the things that is in the movie that people miss? And in part 3, when they're looking at the map of the railroad, do you remember that part?
Yes.
After they talk to the train conductor,
Mhm.
in the background is Clara standing there waiting to be met by Doc, who isn't going to meet her so he can avoid falling in love at first sight. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they're at the train station,
Okay.
and she's coming in, and he had volunteered to meet her and take her to her house.
Okay.
But when they found out that he falls in love with her from the photograph of his tombstone, he said, well, I'm not going to meet her. Therefore, if I don't meet her, there's no chance of infatuation.
Right.
So when they're at the map looking at it, behind Marty, she's got her back to them because she's waiting to be picked up.
Nuh-uh.
And then the very next scene, they go out to look at the incomplete bridge. And as they're leaving, they see her carriage out of control. Because
Wow.
basically what it was, she had to rent a buckboard, which is one of those carriages,
Mhm.
because nobody was there to meet her. So you see her standing there
So
waiting.
it's an in-depth thing of things you
that
don't.
I've seen that movie so many times.
Yeah.
I've never seen her. So I
Wow.
went right to that scene. And I'm like, holy crap, there she is. And it blew my mind.
It's the more you know.
It's little things that
That's what Alex and I do.
filmmakers put in, and
Right.
you'd never know though unless they actually come out and said it. Hey, in that scene, she's actually in back there waiting to be picked up. And it's just crazy.
Right.
It's
right.
really fun.
You got a conversation going on that you wanted to mention, or you want to move on from there, Alex?
We were asked, did you hear that Ewan McGregor is going to play the next Batman villain, Black Mask? Not sure if we're familiar with that character.
I
I'm not.
didn't hear about Ewan McGregor, but
I knew someone was going to be cast for it.
fairly familiar with Black Mask.
Was
Who
it?
is Black Mask?
I don't remember. I just know he wears. I think he
I'm
wears
really
like
familiar with Black Mask. Who's Black Mask? I don't remember.
I think he wears a skull mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wears a suit. He's like a gangster.
Gosh, I really want to look up the character now because who was it that was at the end of the Justice League?
I don't remember. Cable?
No.
I don't know. I don't.
Cable. That's a Marvel
I know.
character.
I don't remember.
Deathstroke. Okay, I
Deathstroke.
get those two mixed up. Deathstroke is Deadpool's actually a knockoff of Deathstroke. Not
What
a lot of
is
people know that.
Will Smith's character?
He is
Deadshot.
Deadshot.
Those are
God.
too similar. You know.
Okay, so there's Deathstroke, Deadshot, Deadpool's
Deadpool.
Marvel, and what was the other one?
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
What'd your sister mention?
Black Mask.
Black Man.
Black Mask.
That doesn't sound the same though. But I
know, but it's like
it's too many.
All of them have similar appearance, and
Yes.
we're probably pissing off the nerds.
Probably.
Because we're not. I just don't. I never got that depth into it. But since we're talking about,
Did you just speak English right there?
I don't think
I never
so.
got that.
Let's talk about Stan Lee, since we're on the topic of comic book stuff
Rest
and
in
movies.
peace, Stan Lee.
Yeah, 95. He's
That's
good.
a long life.
He's good.
He's good.
He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did film his last appearance for Avengers. I wonder if he's in. I wonder if he's in this new Spider-Man at all, because that was being filmed too.
I saw a post somewhere. I know that the new Avengers movie,
Absolutely, he
Avengers
was.
4.
Yes,
He does have a cameo,
which would be a good send-off.
Yes,
because I think that's the end of an Avengers generation right there. Is the fourth one.
And then I thought I saw in another article that there was 2 cameos left that he had already filmed.
Oh.
Avengers 4 was one.
Probably X-Men.
It might
The
have
Dark
been.
Phoenix. That's the next X-Men, and then Spider-Man.
Yeah,
That's all I'm aware of.
To look it up.
That they've already had stuff done for. But yeah, 95. What did he pass from?
No, I haven't found anything.
Nothing
They said that
substantial?
he had in February this year. He had been battling pneumonia in February. And that he had some major vision problems earlier this year too. And then other than that, there has been like nothing I have found on his cause of death.
Man,
But
that's a shame.
Pretty much a legacy. A legacy is.
Well,
I mean, the legacy is.
A legend.
The
I think is what
legend
you
has
mean.
died. The
He
legacy,
hasn't been writing for Marvel for a while.
No,
though.
but he is what started. He's the one that
he
opened the
helped
door.
begin. Yes. He's not the only one.
No,
People
but
confuse him for being the sole creator for everything.
No, but he is a major part.
Which he created
Kind of
a number of
Became
characters.
the face.
Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Or the celebrity, because he became a celebrity associated with creating things at Marvel.
Right.
Whereas most of the other, or all, none of the other creators are known like he is.
Well, Bob Kane.
Bob Kane is DC.
Yeah, I know. He's a creator
I meant Marvel.
Marvel. Okay, yeah, because I couldn't. I'm sure there's.
You wouldn't be able to pick out Bob Kane out of a lineup, though.
I think I know what he looks like. Let me look him up. I'm pretty sure I know what Bob Kane looked. I think he'd pass too. Bob Kane did.
Captain Marvel and Avengers 4.
Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Oh yeah, that has to come out before Avengers, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that comes out in March. Yeah, Bob
Actually,
Kane
it just
died
says
in
that
98.
Avengers 4 is confirmed. It doesn't say that. Yeah, it doesn't say that.
He finished.
No,
he was
it's
in
no, the one that I just said.
Yes.
Oh, Captain Marvel. It doesn't say that one's confirmed. It says possibly Captain Marvel. So it's like floating around.
Kind of has to be because Captain Marvel comes out 2 months before, doesn't it?
I don't remember. But anyway, so those are like the only two I think that we have to look forward to seeing a cameo.
I mean, if Avengers 4 is his last one, I'm okay with that. As long as it's a solid main film, not one of those what Brett would call a spin-off film, like any of the Iron Mans or any of the Thors.
Well, speaking
or
of
whatever.
spin-offs, Loki's getting his own.
Really?
It's not a movie. It's like a
series.
I think it's a TV series.
And it's probably going to the Disney
And
streaming.
Tom Hiddleston is doing it.
Good.
So pages we've got on YouTube. Did you see that post from Tom Hiddleston about Loki having quote unquote more stories to come? I did not see whatever you're talking about, but I do know that I saw a post from I think it was IGN that he is getting his own series or something for Loki.
Right. Captain Marvel is March 8th.
March 8th.
Yep.
Wow.
So he had to have been in that.
He's-
If he has a cameo,
if they have a cameo,
he's in that.
He's got it.
Yeah, that's in post production now. It's probably going to be done in January. But yeah, so Stan Lee, one of his most notable roles is his cameos in all the Marvel movies. Not all the Marvel movies,
since
2002.
No, before that.
I think 89 was the first cameo. I watched the video about all of his cameos. 89 was the first one he did.
But
really,
some trial.
The more popular ones are going to be the one over the last 15, 16 years.
First one in the video was 1989, the trial of the Hulk or something. He was on the jury.
Really?
I had never heard of that.
Okay. I see. And Marvel, in the 90s, they were broke. They had no money. They were in the dumps. That's why properties were being sold wherever they could have been. Fox and Sony and I don't know, Paramount. You know, it was sold. Marvel was sold all over the place, and Stan Lee still was in a lot of films. And one of his most notable, where a lot of people started really pointing him out, was X-Men. Of course, that's the first X-Men, and he did so many. But what I wanted to talk about this is, what was the first cameo of Stan Lee's that you picked out yourself, that the internet didn't tell you,
hey, that's Stan
a friend didn't tell you, you were able to say, that's Stan Lee, and you turn to someone.
Okay, so we're gonna do that one first.
Yeah, why not? And then we can pick out our favorite one because there are.
I have a favorite.
There are many cameos, and Brett, you haven't seen every Marvel movie.
I haven't, but I did watch the video.
So you know what he was.
The cameos that he's done.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, I have no idea the first one that I saw and knew it was him without help. I just don't know.
Yeah.
But when I was watching the video of all his cameos, the one that the Iron Man, first Iron Man, where he's like, "Hey, Hef."
Yeah.
That one I thought because he was in a
'Cause he's
robe
Hugh
and he had a
Hefner.
pipe
Yeah.
and he was with some women, so I thought that's probably my favorite one.
And then he did Larry King
He
for
did Larry
2.
King.
He did
And
Larry
then
King,
3, he was just doing a number.
One of them,
Yeah.
he's like an MC at a strip club or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite?
No.
No. Which movie is that?
That's Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Okay.
Yeah, we watched that one this year with you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alex, what's your first one?
The first one where I was like, "Hey, that's Stan Lee right there," haha, is the Hulk.
Which one?
The first one.
The Eric Bana one?
Yes.
There he's walking out of the building
With
Lou
Lou
Ferrigno.
Ferrigno.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Yes.
You knew that was him?
Yeah.
That early in the game?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know who Stan Lee was. I'm going to say mine. My first one where I actually picked it out and said, oh, that's him.
Because I thought it was funny because I also knew Lou Ferrigno was the Hulk.
I knew he was.
So I was just like, "Oh, ha! You see this Stan Lee? That's the Hulk, ha!"
I thought just Lou
get it?
Ferrigno was the cameo in that movie.
Oh no, that's Stan Lee.
No, I knew it. I know now.
I've
of
never
course.
seen that Hulk.
It's not that.
It's not very
It's
good.
not
That's what I heard.
I
Yeah.
do like the other one though, the one with what's
Edward Norton.
Edward
Yes,
Norton. Yeah,
yes.
he does a better Hulk.
My first one that I picked him out was Fantastic Four when he was the mailman.
Oh, okay.
That was
yeah,
my
the mailman.
first time
Okay.
I really saw it, and I was like, "That's Stan Lee," and I know that by just knowing who, because that came out in what 2005,
man.
4.
Early 2000s.
Come on, Brett.
Which one?
Fantastic Four.
05, I believe.
I'm gonna look that up real quick.
Got to test Brett's.
Or maybe it was 04. And Silver Surfer was 06.
Fantastic Four. Wow. There's so many Fantastics. 2005.
Oh, so you're right, Brett.
Yep.
My gut. My gut was right.
That was probably the last time I had a crush on Jessica Alba.
Why? She's
Why?
still hot.
No, she's not.
What?
What?
Keira Knightley took over for me.
Whatever.
Well, Alex, you should be happy with that because.
I like both of them.
Yeah.
They're both beautiful women.
Okay. What's your favorite, Stanley? Because mine, we might have the same one.
We might have the same one. So do you want to go first, Brett?
He already did.
Oh, you did. So my favorite Stan Lee cameo in these Marvel movies is from Ragnarok.
What?
He's
the
the
guy with
guy that the
haircut
barber.
machine.
He's the.
That's your favorite one?
Yes, it's freaking hilarious because of Thor interacting with him. He's like, "Oh, please, man, please, old man, don't cut off my hair."
Wow.
And then that they reference it back. They reference back to him later in the movie. He's like, "You cut your hair." He's like, "Some crazy old man cut it off." Movie. That's probably one of my favorite Marvel movies. Is Ragnarok. It's great. I love it.
Mine is the first Thor. The first Thor when he tries to pull the hammer
And
with the truck.
Oh, and the
bed
truck
off
breaks.
Yep. Did it work?
Did it work? No, I like because he comes at him with that crazy thing. He's like, ha ha ha! Like he's like, oh please, sir, don't cut off my hair.
Don't cut off my hair.
No, I loved it. It was funny.
Yeah.
Now, he was not in The Punisher, the movie.
He was not in a couple X-Men as well.
He
And
wasn't in X2.
He wasn't in Logan.
Yeah.
So there are some that are like he's fairly notable. Like, oh, I actually missed Stan Lee in this entirely. Logan, he didn't have a place in.
Right.
Now that's kind of the. I mean, he could have been
the
a small
Punisher
character,
was
but-
very, very serious too. So R-rated, So
Was he in Deadpool 2? We saw Deadpool 2.
yeah, he was because
I don't remember him in
because
Deadpool
Ryan
2.
Reynolds says, "Shut up, Stanley," or something like that.
See, we only watched the movie once, and I don't remember
He's
it.
coming out of the phone booth.
Hmm.
Deadpool is,
Yeah.
and Stanley says something. He says something, "Not now," or "Shut up," or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I'm sure he's in it.
He is.
Yeah,
Brett
I'm gonna
just
say we've
said
only
he
seen it
is.
once.
I did
Yeah.
just say that. Am
I know, but I'm
talking
trying
the wall
to.
here?
I'm trying to. I
Am I
can see the
speaking
scene
Chinese?
and not see the scene.
Do me a favor. Look up Good Luck Chuck.
Why?
Because I want to know something.
Okay, no, she was hot in that one.
Okay.
I
I was gonna say, I can't remember when Good Luck Chuck. I want to say 07.
That was 07.
But if it's after 05,
It
then
is
she's
07.
hot. then
She was very hot in that one. Oh my gosh.
No, you were
Jessica
back
Alba.
on Jessica Alba.
Oh, well, of course. That was Dane Cook's last time he was hot.
Last time he was
Yeah.
relevant.
Yeah.
Damn. That's pretty harsh.
What year was it though?
07.
Damn, look at that. I said
Alex
that.
was right.
I said it was 07.
I just remember that because I had moved to, we were thinking about moving to South Dakota at that time. So I remember that movie being out around that time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We didn't move for another
Not
year.
a good
What do you-
movie.
What? I thought it was hilarious.
It's not a very good
It's-
movie.
I
All he
mean,
does is
I'm
screw
not-
a bunch of women.
Go
He
on.
does nail a lot of women.
Like every scene, he's screwing other women.
Well, there's that
Hmm.
music montage of where he's just.
Yeah, we
Nailing women.
sweating.
That's what I mean. Like it's like
And-
He's got all those condoms.
But
like-
they know that they're gonna marry the next guy they meet after they nail him, so they're just letting him go to town. And like one of them's like looking at a bridal magazine
Yeah.
while he's hitting her.
I remember that. All the yeah.
Wow.
I remember.
See,
all
you
that.
remember that more than I do. All I remember is just the big chick.
Oh, that's a terrible scene.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I
We,
like thinking
Brett, I
about
have
that
the
scene.
answer for you on that Deadpool thing.
Okay.
It was the teaser trailer for Deadpool 2. He said, "Nice suit," and Ryan Reynolds yells, "Zip it, Stanley."
We are recording on your end, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I was like, we're more than halfway in, and
Yes, we're absolutely recording.
So,
So yes, unfortunately, Stanley is not
he
with us
passed.
anymore.
He passed. He lived a great life creating characters for escapism, and I don't know. I mean, Stan Lee did a good work doing what he loved.
I mean, he wasn't going to be around forever. I think
No.
95.
That's more than anyone can ask
I'm
for.
going to say 95, and especially being a male at 95.
Yeah. I don't know if he had like a lot of past health problems, but
I don't know. The only thing that popped up that I had looked into is that it said that he reportedly battled pneumonia back in February. So, I mean, you can still have some bad issues from pneumonia, especially being a much older person.
Yeah.
Senior citizens with pneumonia is never good.
No, so
Bernie Mac went pretty hard on that too.
I think he had other issues though.
No, he had pneumonia.
No, I know he died of pneumonia, but
Ugh.
I thought he had other issues.
Yeah. But so I don't know what else you guys want to touch on for Stan Lee.
That's
We've done it.
We've talked about Marvel over this entire podcast many times over. We've seen
he's definitely
most
a
of
name
his
that
movies,
I mean our
most of the
children are going to
movies.
know about. Children's children are going to. He's a legacy. Or
Yeah.
a legend or
legacy legend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move on from there then. If you'd like, what do you guys want to touch on next? Oh, we never talked about fantasy.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Why do you have a weird face next to
I
fantasy?
drew that.
Oh,
Didn't
you
you
do?
win? Didn't you win?
No, I
didn't
lost
win.
by 1 point.
I had a bad week.
I had a great week.
You
Suck it,
had
Rick.
You had a good week because
My good players
the-
were back. That's
the
why.
Giants actually won a game finally. Because were you winning before Monday, or like at the end of Sunday? Were you winning?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because you had Odell who had 2 touchdowns, and you had Saquon who did he have a touchdown or just a lot of yards?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Let me look.
I
I
thought at
went-
first I was gonna be screwed because
Odell had 2.
Carolina
Yeah.
screwed me over at first.
Yeah, they
Friggin' -9 defense.
they-
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Steelers lit them up on Thursday night. I went 0-3 across my legs, which I think is the first time this year that I've gone 0-3.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. Mine was 1 point. Less than 1 point. 86.8 was my score. I think it's Kevin. First and goal, whoever that
I
is.
lost to Kevin. That's
80
You
Dustin.
can tap on it and it'll tell you
I
who
don't
it
care.
is.
87.4.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like freaking what? 6.6. I lost by
So-
0.6.
Hey, I lost by 0.1. Okay,
Not 0.1. You
To
lost
Joe.
by 1. You lost by
To
1.
Joe.
You lost by 1.
0.1.
Not 0.1.
No,
it was 1.
0.1.
It was 0.1.
It was 0.1.
Okay. Don't do
It
peas in
wasn't
the mic like
it
that.
wasn't 1. It was 0.1.
I get it.
So it's worth noting also that Joe scored 170 points again.
Again.
He's never
we
gonna.
might as well just give him money.
Well, the one thing is,
Yep. Yeah.
a
Absolutely.
couple of his players may get rested towards the end of the year.
Oh.
So when they start resting is usually during the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's possible Now they don't tend to rest players a lot anymore, not that I recall. So you just never know.
Unless
But
they're injured, of course.
the reason, I mean, one big reason why is because he has Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara, and
This might be Drew Brees' year. I mean, he's doing pretty good.
well, he's had 1 year. He's won the Super Bowl.
I know. I'm saying that this might be another year for him.
The Saints are looking like the best team in the league right now.
They're doing very well.
them and
Other than
the
the
Other
Chiefs.
than the Rams.
The Chiefs.
Chiefs and Rams.
They're all three of them have one loss,
Yeah.
and they're just really, really good. But of those three, you got two second-year quarterbacks, or a second-year quarterback, a third-year quarterback, and Drew Brees. So if you want experience going into the playoffs, he's been there. The other two, well, Patrick Mahomes has not, and Jared Goff lost his first and only playoff game. So Drew Brees definitely has the advantage there as far as being in the playoffs and knowing how to win. So
Right.
I don't know what's going to happen with Joe. Do you know who's playing who this week?
I'm playing him.
I'm playing Shane.
Who am I playing?
I don't know. I'm going to zoom in on us. We've been zoomed out for a very long time. I've been trying to get closer.
By the way, Josh, I do have it up. Week 8, I lost to Joe 96.3, 96.4.
Somebody tell me who I'm playing.
My God.
I closed my app, so.
Hold on. I got you, bro.
But yeah,
got you, bro.
did you
Hold
watch
on.
any of the games on Sunday?
I did. I watched. I did my normal red zone thing.
Red zone.
You face Rick.
Oh,
That's going to be a touch and go there.
what do you
Like
mean?
really close.
No, I whooped him last time. Like we played it once
It
before
doesn't
already.
matter.
It doesn't. I mean, anything can happen. But,
Right.
He's has barely been reaching the hundreds, and I've almost, I've scored less than 100 very few times this year.
Mhm.
So it all depends on the matchups.
I've been doing like crap, so
We'll
I'm
see
like,
if
"Eh,
he's
I'm
up
done.
for a wing bet again, or if he even wants to risk it.
Yeah. So yeah, football. Yay! Go football. Go sports.
I'm wearing a Vikings hat tonight.
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw the back of it. I was like, oh, is that a new hat?
No,
It is not a new hat. I had it since, or back when I was a Vikings fan for the 1 year.
Alex. I don't know if you know. Oh, 2 years.
2 years.
Well, 1.5.
Brett takes care of his memorabilia very well.
It looks when you walked in, I was like, oh, you got a new hat. Oh, it's a Vikings
That's
hat.
not new,
It's just well preserved.
right?
You have one little thread that you need to cut off of it though.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's on your bill.
It-
It's bugging me.
I like it. It fits. It fits well backwards too. Not that I wear hats backwards
No.
ever really, but if I needed to, I could.
Is it a snapback or
some people can look good in
A backwards hat.
backwards hat.
Let's find out.
Maybe not
All right,
that.
No, I gotta do it.
Maybe not that hat.
I think it works with my headphones. That works okay.
Yeah, it works with you.
That works just fine.
It works with you, Josh. You need to flip
It's
it
because
around.
my forehead.
No, you need to have one of those types of hats.
My head's too big.
You know what? Also, it's hard for me to find hats that fit well while I'm wearing glasses too.
Oh yeah, because the ear part
well,
right
and
there.
more because the bill hits the edge by the lenses.
Does this bother you, Alex?
Yes.
Do
it
I
does.
need to?
Yes.
No, I like it.
No.
I like it.
Okay. Fine. Look like a
Plus, when
doofus.
it's kind of hard to see with the bill.
Yes.
You know,
The room is brighter
it doesn't
now.
look like a doofus.
I just don't like it.
I think I look smashing.
Okay.
So let's move on from that. Whatever, football.
Tell your car story.
Oh my gosh. So today, while I was on my way to work, there was a traffic started pausing. Your cord is stuck on your thingy there.
Oh.
I don't want you to pull your mic towards you when you lean back. But traffic was getting stopped on my end, and the other end I saw this other car stopping as well. This one vehicle in front of me, they put their hand out with a piece of paper, and they passed it off to this other car passing them.
What?
So
Yeah.
Like they were meeting.
They were meeting.
and they passed a note.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not
Weird.
friggin' middle school.
I know. I'm like, well, is that homework? I mean, it could be homework.
So
Could be
they
homework.
stopped traffic just to pass a note.
Well, I don't know what. It was a paper. It was a
Okay,
paper
but they
of some sort.
passed a physical piece of.
Here's the
paper.
divorce papers.
Pretty much.
Weird.
That's as close as I want to get.
That's,
Okay, see you
Traffic.
later.
I can say I don't think I've ever seen anything like
I've
that.
never
I've never
seen
that.
anybody pass things amongst cars.
Not in this day and age
like that.
when phones.
Yeah, look, I'm pulling up right here. Make sure you just come right next to me, and I'll just hold my hand out. I mean, it's not like it stopped traffic like too harshly.
Well, you pull off for that. You could
Right.
pull into a parking lot or something.
Right. And that got me thinking. I was like, man, like I'm trying to think of how I can connect with that, like doing anything in vehicles kind of like crazy like that. Do you have any crazy car stories of any sort? Because I actually have a crazy story. It doesn't really like pertain entirely to passing off things, but what?
Nothing.
The dog is snoring.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh my God! Look at her.
Layla? Layla?
Oh, come
Okay.
on, baby.
Shut up. Shut up.
She was like, she had her
I
head
thought
like
that was your
contorted.
stomach.
She's like, oh. I was like looking around. I'm like waiting to hear it again. I was like, whose stomach is growling that loud?
We gave her some Benadryl, so she's probably like,
Yeah.
Oh, because she doesn't get enough sleep.
Look at her.
Oh, no, we don't want her hacking during the podcast and being a
Her
nuisance.
her
Instead, she's
allergies
going
are
to
bad.
snore and interrupt the podcast.
And she's sticking out her tongue.
that,
Knock it off.
that Benadryl's hitting her hard. Well,
Who's a good girl?
she's drugged right now.
She's like,
just,
am I?
Benadryl. All right, let's get back to the podcast, guys.
Crazy car. I don't think so. Well, I do have one actually, but it's explicit.
Okay, go on.
Pretty vulgar. I won't. Well, not vulgar, but
Can you censor it? Because I'll tell you what. I'll tell mine. So when you have your first car, did you ever do anything stupid with it? I mean, every kid thinks that their first vehicle is
Yeah.
indestructible. They're gonna do some
I got a good
joyriding.
story about me and cousin Andrew.
Okay.
So I got my license like 9 months before he did.
Really? Isn't he older than you?
No, I'm older than him
Really?
by like 9 months, which is why I had my license 9 months before he did.
I'm sorry, Andrew, but you do look older than Brett.
I don't know. I think they look the same age.
Maybe. Well, according to him, they're only a few months apart.
Yeah,
so
I was born in July. He was born in April.
So they're the same age.
It's like you and Wayne. It's like you and Wayne.
Wayne?
Yeah.
Wayne and I are not even close.
You're like 6 months
Well,
apart.
okay, never mind. Oh, all right, closer than 9 months, but that's not what I consider.
You and Wayne are practically the same age. You're.
So for context,
Let's continue.
I have my birthday during the summer break, and Andrew's birthday for the same age isn't until the school year's almost over.
Oh,
Yes.
Does
okay.
that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Put it in context a little
Yes.
bit. So anyway, for some reason when it was after school, my mom was with me, and I don't know why, but we were in my car, and we left the school at the same time, and he just had his learner's permit, and his mom was with him, and they were in their Lincoln Navigator, and I was in my car, and a couple times he tried passing me, and I just put the hammer down, and I just sped up and kept going. And he got up beside me, but the Navigator was governed at like 100 miles an hour, so he couldn't go past me.
Oh,
And
you were going 100?
yeah, down back roads.
Gravel?
No,
Okay.
I was gonna
But-
say that's pretty darn
but
risky there.
hilly, narrow.
Oh,
country
by the
roads.
farms that we've
Yes,
driven on.
yes.
Okay.
So then he backs off, and he falls back a little bit, and he waits till he gets a clear stretch, and then he hits the gas from back there, and comes flying up, and I see him like, oh crap! So I floor it, and we take off. We get neck and neck again. He can't get around me, so he falls back. He tried to beat me, and I had my first car was a '93 Grand Am. It was a GT, so it had a sports package, but it wasn't fast by any means, you know.
Mhm.
It's a 93 Grand Am.
Exactly. I think the fastest I ever got it up to it was like 110,
Mhm.
but it was not smart to go that fast because
Well, it's never.
The car is gonna fall apart.
well that or
Just-
the country roads just they're
Well, you never know what's gonna
Oh.
run out in front of the
Exactly.
road.
exactly.
So
Hit a loose patch of gravel or something.
Oh well, I'm gonna talk about gravel.
Okay.
So in my small town that I grew up in high school, there were 3 roads to get onto the main highway.
Yep.
3 roads, all of them blocked by railroad tracks. So if there was
At some point, you had to go over railroad tracks.
in order to leave this town to get onto the main highway.
Mm-hmm.
So of these 3 entrances, there's one that's paved, 2 that are not. One of them is pretty far. Let me do directions here. I'm gonna say that is east. Whatever. The farthest east, and so the one in the middle goes right in the center of town. Actually, no, there's 4 entrances, but one of them has a ramp.
Go
Alex
airborne,
remembers
did
this.
you? Go airborne, did you?
Absolutely. Everybody who lives in this town has taken this ramp by going at least 60, maybe 50. It's pretty hefty. Not only that, this road has a, how do I put this? A driver-created path where there's a T right at the end of this ramp.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also
There's also like a
someone curved off, and it
Interesting.
started becoming used very frequently.
yes.
So, of course, I would always do that as well with my first vehicle, just joyriding. But the thing is, like, if the train ever came in, you were never leaving this town.
There's a tornado. That train's getting out of there, but you're not.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, ramping the vehicle, that was a big one, and going off road. That's
So,
my
Brett, you
crazy
said,
joyrides.
Brett, I guess you talked about like the fastest you ever drove your Grand Am. What's the fastest you have ever driven a car?
That
110?
about 110 because I won't. I definitely wouldn't do it with my second car because it was older than my first car, and after that I just didn't want to because it's hard on your motor.
Yeah.
What is so is 110 the fastest you've been in a vehicle?
I think so because I don't think I've been in anything that's been going faster, even if I was just
Other than a plane.
passing.
Oh.
Right.
I'm talking about on the road.
Land vehicles. Yes, I get it. My fastest I've ever driven has to be maybe 85. I won't go over that because the interstate in South Dakota,
Let's say it's like the speed limit is 80.
it's 80.
And once you go from 70 to 80, like
It's scary.
there's a big difference between 70 and 80, but that road that you're going 80 on is straight as a pencil. Like, that's why it's 80.
I often get up to 80 on 69 because rush hour, you have to sometimes in the fast lane.
69?
Yeah.
Wow, I
Man,
won't go
you
over
don't- you don't-
75.
I'm gonna say you don't want to go over.
I generally, even for a
You
short
don't drive during
time,
rush hour, Alex.
even for a short time. But if you're in the left lane and someone else is going 80, you got to get out of their way because you can get a ticket now if you're holding up traffic in the fast lane.
Alex, you better be aware of that.
If
She
you're-
uses
if you're
the left
holding up
lane.
Traffic. If you're in the left lane, it should be because you're passing people in the right lane.
Yep.
You can't
That's
be,
her lane.
Well,
You
the left
cannot
lane's
be
my lane.
cruising in the left lane. Why
Well-
do you cruise in the left lane?
Because I like that lane.
But that's the passing lane.
I don't usually stick in the left lane when there's a bunch of people.
Do you have people behind you while you're in the left lane?
Sometimes.
Then you're holding up traffic and you can get a ticket.
You're the
for that.
problem. I yell at you. Don't look at me like that.
He's really
You
up my
can't-
ass this
you
morning.
can't
Or this
cruise
tonight.
in the left lane.
Well, I do anyway, so
Well, I hope you get a ticket.
well, screw you.
No, please stop doing that so we don't have to pay the government for something that you can really avoid.
Josh, do you want to start talking about tickets here?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Who has one?
Hey, it's off my record now.
I never have.
Off my record now. Who has been pulled over more times?
That doesn't matter. Who's been ticketed?
Wait. Who has been pulled over more?
I have.
And you haven't been ticketed?
He's been pulled
That's really
over
good.
like more than a handful of times.
Yeah.
And because it was in this small freaking town in South Dakota and everybody knew who he was and he was the pastor's child, it was like,
Yeah, that's a
Brush
win
my
for
shoulders
him.
off. I'll do a
And-
dab.
You don't really have an argument here. He wasn't ticketed,
he should have been all of those times.
but he wasn't. So
I've been pulled over one time.
Did you get out of the ticket?
No.
Good.
Nope.
Well,
It went south as soon, and this was in South Dakota too. We've all been pulled over, we both have been pulled over multiple times in South Dakota.
I'm acting kind of condescending here, like, get out of here.
So I got pulled over one freaking time, because I was passing a vehicle and I was going over the speed limit to do so. Because they were pissing me off because they kept going slower.
But how
than
fast
the
Gee.
over were you going?
I wonder what people are thinking when they're in the left lane driving behind you.
There was only
Oh,
one
no,
lane.
this is a 1v1.
My
two
point
lane
is,
highway.
when you're holding up traffic, what do you think they're thinking?
I get over.
Okay.
Anyways, so I get pulled over, and I'm like, okay, no big deal. He comes up, we're having a good old conversation. It wasn't until I hand him my freaking Indiana license, and he's like, oh, you're from Indiana. I guess there's a lot of people that speed out there, huh? And I'm like, Like,
Absolutely, there
totally,
are.
like the freaking conversation went the other way as soon as I handed in my freaking Indiana
Why
license.
didn't
So I don't
you
know if
get-
he like gets more money for pulling somebody over out of state.
I don't understand why either. She was married.
Why didn't you change your license when you got
You
there?
should have.
This was December. We got married in, or maybe not even December. It was probably November,
We
and I got
got married
married
in
in October. At the end of October.
Yeah.
I haven't. I
No,
didn't
no,
get
no,
my license
no.
yet.
When did you move to there?
We moved there for Labor Day. We moved there Labor Day
yeah,
weekend.
September.
September.
So she was only there for 2 months already.
Yeah.
I think you have. Well, I think it.
I think
depends
you have
on the
90
state,
days. I think
it's
but
90
I thought It
days.
was 60 days.
I think it probably varies state by state.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
and South Dakota, very lax.
And
they were.
And I wasn't.
with their license.
We weren't. Like, I don't want to say we weren't living there, but like
we weren't residents
it was.
yet.
We weren't residents yet, so I couldn't change my license. But like I had South Dakota plates, and I was like, oh well, I recently moved here, blah blah blah. And he was like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna issue a citation. I'm like, oh, are you freaking kidding me? Like we were having a grand old conversation. He's like, oh, where are you headed to? Told him where I worked. Said that he goes to that place and blah blah blah. Knows people there. Yeah. Can I have your license? Here you go. Oh, you're from Indiana. I guess there's a lot of speeders out there. And all of a sudden, I'm going to have to issue a citation. I'm like, I've gotten pulled over once. I have a clean record. Once.
Though, it is my belief that women get out of tickets far more often than men. So the fact that you got a ticket, you don't follow the stereotypes.
Isn't that
so
great?
I'm
I
kind
have
of.
never been pulled over beforehand. Never gotten a ticket. Have nothing on my name. He's been pulled over more than a handful of times in his life.
But both your situations are beating the norm or
Yes.
what the stereotypical result, I guess. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
We're not normal, Alex.
I guess not.
So let's move on from there. That was my driving story. Crazy. And we went down the rabbit hole there really deep. Like we really veered off. We might have time for one more topic.
Yep.
We've got a topic right here that we can talk about just because next week's Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We've got name a Thanksgiving food that you cannot wait to devour next week and one that you cannot stand.
Well,
We've
we
already-
generally do this every year.
It's okay. We can
It's
do it now.
fun.
I
It's
guess.
fun to do because I love talking about food. I love food. I like Thanksgiving food too.
So,
Something you love, something you don't like.
the only time
Love it or hate it.
2 foods that I only eat at Thanksgiving is turkey and pumpkin pie.
You don't eat potatoes.
Well, I do, but I eat them throughout the year, not just at
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
you're talking about
okay.
one thing you should be looking forward
Yes,
to.
so-
But do you
There's a-
always have that meal at for Thanksgiving? You're going to go see your parents, right?
No.
Well, not Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving weekend.
They're leaving for Florida after Thanksgiving, so I won't see any family.
So what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Going to work
He works retail.
Do you work all day?
on
He work-
Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Well, I work
He works in
at
the afternoon.
like 2 to 10 or 3 to 11, something like that.
Yeah, the whole day.
They give you food though, don't they?
They do feed us, and
Yeah.
it's supposedly
That
good
doesn't
food.
matter.
So
That doesn't matter.
You
It's,
get paid
it's a
more.
holiday that
You
should
get
have
paid more,
been
don't
left
you?
a holiday.
we get paid holiday pay.
I think it's time and a half, right?
Time and a half.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the steps.
Okay. Anyways, all right. So Brett, what's so food that you look
All the
forward
other
to
all the other
is-
potato. Well, he's not
I've
looking
had
forward
to
to.
actually. I will probably still do like something for me, like
Mm.
over the weekend, or maybe
Maybe
not.
we should
maybe
do a
not that
Friendsgiving
weekend,
again.
but maybe the next one.
Well,
Depends on. You
Brett
can
said
because-
us doing stuff with him is going to be pretty difficult this season.
If I'm not working, you're streaming, and just we're
Fridays are really good for us.
right, but I'm working the following Friday too.
Okay. Let's get
We'll,
back
we'll
on the
discuss this off
yeah.
air.
Let's
Agree.
get back on the topic here.
So anyway, I've wanted to buy a pumpkin pie. I'm like, no, I'll wait till I have my actual dinner. That
Mhm.
whatever I do.
Mhm.
But
That's
I
one
only
thing.
eat pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving, and maybe if it's there around Christmas. But
Mhm.
pumpkin pie,
That's what you look for.
I know what you hate.
I love it. What do I hate?
Anything green sitting
yeah.
on the table.
Yeah.
So
no,
all right,
You
going.
probably don't like
go-
cranberry sauce either.
no.
No.
So yeah. So what are some Thanksgiving things that you hate? So you don't like pretty much
Any kind of casserole.
Really?
I'm not a
Casserole?
I
casserole
love
person.
green bean casserole, but I'll get that anytime I visit family. Any
Yeah.
family that's
I've learned
making
to really
meal.
taken a liking to casserole, just depending on what type of casserole it is. When I was younger, if I saw anything with the word casserole in it, I was like,
Gross.
no, that's
Nope.
gross.
So what are you looking
Casserole.
forward to, Alex?
Well, potatoes.
Absolutely. Yep. It's the potatoes.
That's like my favorite food is potatoes.
Yeah.
I could live off of potatoes.
I wonder where you can get really good potatoes. Like what's
Thanksgiving.
no where you can get very good potatoes. Like what
My
country?
grandmother's
What country?
house.
Oh.
Like if you go to Ireland, they're big on potatoes, aren't they?
Utah?
Because Irish.
Oh, wait,
Idaho?
No. Idaho.
Utah. Utah.
I'm in Idaho.
I think I knew what you meant because
I did when you said Utah. I was like, you mean Idaho? Utah potato. Idaho potato.
I think Utah actually does do potatoes too.
I'm sure everybody freaking grows potatoes, but like, there's Idaho potatoes.
Yes.
That's actually a type of
That's a
potato.
potato.
Bullshit.
My lips-
Today, Junior.
My lips got away my words again.
Yes, they did.
What don't you look forward to?
What
don't
don't I
you
look
like?
forward to?
What don't you like? You don't like stuffing.
See, it's
I'm starting to actually. No, last
The-
year. or the
Get
year
outta
before.
here.
Nope. I was eating stuffing.
it's weird to say what you don't look forward to because you just don't eat it.
Well, what do you see on the
that
table?
you avoid picking up, I guess.
Okay.
I don't like pecan pie.
Oh. Ugh.
Like, there's always a pecan pie. I'm really not a fan of
Excuse
pecan
me.
pie.
Yeah.
I'm okay with eating pecans, but I don't like pecan pie. So that's like the dessert that I avoid. Is she snoring again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, she's out. I don't like the cranberry sauce.
Oh, I love cranberry sauce.
I love cranberries, but
Uh-huh.
I do not like cranberry sauce.
So my favorite thing has got to be, well, I think it's got to, well, turkey. I mean,
And
as
like-
long as it's done right.
All around, I think there's really, Thanksgiving wise, there's really nothing that I typically see
Yeah.
that I don't go for.
And stuff that I don't go for would probably be anything with any like nuts of like walnut, pecans, any of that sort. Like I don't like any of that. The only kind of foods that I'll eat that have nuts in them will be like cashews, peanuts, things like that.
The best kind of turkey for me is deep fried.
I have yet to have one. And I hear it's amazing.
Very,
We should
very
see if
good.
my uncles
You
are doing
need to
that.
message them.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, can you make deep fried turkey this
Yeah,
year?
because they usually make the turkey.
But, and I know I've said this before,
Yeah.
go on YouTube and look up turkey frying gone bad.
Ooh.
'Cause they
well,
ex-
the deep
they
fryer has to be
explode.
big, right?
Well, they're big, but they.
I mean, are you talking about like pressure cooker?
No, deep fryers.
Pressure cooker's
we'll,
done
We'll look at it
elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
off the air.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So Thanksgiving is next week, and next week maybe we'll say what we're thankful
Week from
for.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
So
So you guys looking forward to Black Friday?
Yeah. Especially no.
I think I might get a new pair of headphones.
The only thing I'm gonna probably get is
Movies.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider and
Mhm.
Red Dead Redemption. Hopefully they're on sale in the store at some point.
I've
You know,
already
I
seen the
think they
ads.
probably sold enough
yeah, but I'm not
copies
buying.
that
I'm not buying physical.
no, but I think that they've probably sold enough copies that I would think that both of those games would be a Black Friday deal.
Oh,
They-
Shadow
well,
is.
They always are. I mean, anything that released in like September, October is always on sale.
You're only going to get
in
maybe
November.
$10 off.
Nah, I think Shadow will be.
Shadow's
Oh
probably
no,
be
I'm
20
talking about
bucks.
Red Dead.
Red
25.
Dead. Red Dead wouldn't surprise
Maybe
me if
15.
Red Dead was 45.
Yeah, I was going to.
But I think Shadow will probably be 30.
I'm
Oh,
calling
absolutely.
25 for Shadow actually.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
I can probably go with that too. Yeah. That's the main thing we're looking for. Alex and I need to get a new vacuum. We're just gonna get a cheap vacuum on Black Friday.
Yeah, I just broke it.
Like 2 days ago.
Like 2 days ago, I vacuumed and like deep cleaned, like scrubbed the carpets. I got all the way up to the podcast room, and then the vacuum just all of a sudden it just made a weird noise, and hair was coming out of it. Like it just wasn't picking up anymore, and then it just went. I just like I clicked it and it went click 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 click. It wouldn't even turn back on. I'm like,
Dead.
and it's dead. It's gone, and I really like that vacuum. It's really easy.
All right.
I wouldn't mind getting an external hard drive for my Xbox, but I probably won't want to spend the money on that.
Yeah. Right. I mean, we're using that one that's sitting there.
Black Friday's
I
kind of like
want a passport. I don't want one that has an external power supply.
Right.
Black Friday's kind of the adult Christmas.
Sure.
Like it's
Yeah.
just like our like kids are like, Santa, I want this and this and this. Adults are like, I'm just gonna wait for Black Friday, and our Santa list is our Black Friday list.
Yeah. I need to get an SSD hard drive for my computer. It's filling up on its own, so I need to replace that. It's a small. It came with a 120 gigabyte SSD hard drive, which runs the operating system. This is going to get a little technical, but it basically fills up too much with all the programs running on it, so I just need to get a bigger one. Like I've seen a 500 gigabyte one for like 80. So that's a pretty good price. Samsung even. So brand name. Do you guys want to touch on anything else before we get out of here? Do you want us to
No, it's
call
probably time,
Yeah. Alex, do you want to talk about your Twitch real quick before I do the plugs?
Well, I did earlier, but I'll do it again. So if you'd like to follow me on Twitch or sub to me or any of those things, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty. KUTEKITTI. You should also go onto my YouTube, which is Cute Kitty. KUTEKITTI. And I've got Josh helps me put together some YouTube videos of my highlights from Twitch, and edits it and makes it really funny.
Brett, you're in so many of them.
Yes,
with our Overcooked.
Recently, you're in quite a few.
Was it on the most recent one? Am I yelling?
Yes.
Yes.
I did a lot of yelling
with the
on
mushroom.
Oh my God, we have to show
with
that.
the mushroom.
Drop my effing mushroom. Oh my gosh, Brett! I can't wait for you to see this video. So yeah, go to my YouTube and look up my most recent video. All of us, the whole podcast is in one of them. But it's clips from pretty much our favorite moments over the
really
last couple weeks.
at you.
My fault.
Oh,
no.
My fault.
No, I was mad at you.
At the end, you were.
At the end.
Yes.
But no,
It's a good video.
It's a really good video.
Seriously, subscribe to Alex's YouTube. She's only got a few subscribers. Build that up. It's great. Like her videos are.
It's fun.
They're highlights. I show only the highlighted stuff that her fans and her and I have clipped on her Twitch and bundled them together. This next one might just be a Halo one. I don't know.
I know. I've done a lot.
You've had
Halo.
a lot of Halo. Like Sunday was really big for you.
Every time we play Halo, we get back into it. I'm like, damn, why is this the only? Like, I can see why this is the only game we used to play. Like, it's so addicting even now.
It is.
But yeah, so I stream Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then yeah, so I mean, if you want to game with me, if you want to chat with me, if you just want to watch while I'm playing, either one. Right now, the games that I'm playing. I need to get back into Tomb Raider, but I do that on my days off. Tomb Raider, or I should say Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Sea of Thieves. But we haven't done that in a while.
We're back and forth on Sea of Thieves. My big one right now is I'm playing the Master Chief Collection, Halo,
and Black Ops.
Black Ops 4,
and Blackout,
and Overcooked.
Yep.
2.
Yeah. So check her out. I'm on there as well every single time except for Wednesday if she ever gets on those days. Those are hit or miss days. So yeah, really good stuff.
Didn't you have a shout out?
I do actually. I want to give a shout out to Juice in the Morning. Now these guys they're awesome. They gave us a shout out 2 episodes ago, and I meant to do it last week, but that was our first time going live on YouTube, so I was really more interested in getting the kinks worked out, and our video failed halfway through, so it was just a big mess. So shout out to them. They mentioned us in 2 episodes ago where they talked about Star Wars. I just got to say thanks for giving us a shout out, first of all. And, if you guys ever want us on again, or you guys are ever in Fort Wayne, we'll always invite you guys on. They talked about Star Wars, about the Boba Fett movie being canceled, but they did say that there is going to be a Bounty Hunter TV show on Marvel. So it might.
You're talking about on Disney's?
Yeah. I'm going to say the Disney Marvel channel.
Yeah.
We'll just call it that. So and it's called The Mandalorian. Which is the armor style of Boba Fett and Jango Fett. And I also want to say Shane, your impressions on Juice in the Morning.
Shane,
yeah. Juice's co-host Shane. His impressions of kids are hilarious. He does this high-pitched voice. He talks like he's a nerd. I love it. So listen to them.
They work very well together.
They do, absolutely. When we were on there with them, it was like we were on our own show in a sense.
Yes, it made us feel very much at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
It
So
wasn't
we put the offer on the table for you guys. You ever in Fort Wayne? Hey, hit us up.
There's not much to visit here, except
not when you live in Indy.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Right.
Not much
Exactly.
reason to come to Fort Wayne.
Yeah. All right. So without further ado, guys, it is time
Hey.
to what?
Oh yeah.
Plug it in.
Oh wait, no, I was. Was
Okay.
there any final comments?
On YouTube.
Oh.
Not commenting yourself. The comments you're gonna read.
13 months until Star Wars 9.
13 months.
Do we care?
I'm gonna. Well, I want. Let's not get into that.
Oh, we're not going to get into that. But yes.
I don't care, but I do care at the same time because I think J.J. Abrams is gonna fix it. So without further ado, guys, it is time to plug it in. So if you are listening to or watching us, thank you very much for joining us. We're on audio platforms all over the place. Spreaker, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Look us up. We are there. Seriously, Google us. We're only not on just a couple other channels, but seriously, look us up. We're everywhere. YouTube, we're going to be live on YouTube every Wednesday now at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from here on out, as long as everything goes swimmingly. So we thank you guys for joining us live on YouTube. We're giving you guys the shout now. You guys ever want to be on our show as far as talking to us? Alex will watch your comments every Wednesday, and maybe we'll mention what you talk about. And if you ever want to catch us live on our social media platforms, we are there every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And those platforms are Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Our Facebook is facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast. And Twitter is @PTOUnlimited. And what we do at 7:30 p.m. every Wednesday is our precast meeting, where you can chime in and give us topics to talk about and see what we already have planned for the show. It's also a great way to get in touch with our fans on social media. And we thank you guys for doing that and joining us on everything that we do. If you ever want to follow me on Twitter, I am @Lemke619.
Brett_Wings.
Cute_kitty. Brett, you got a final note?
I do. I've been playing Forza Horizon 4.
Because that's on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. So if you have Game Pass, and
I've been hearing about your complaining about drivatars. Who's complaining?
Rick's
Drivatar?
Drivatar was being a dick.
Yeah.
But it's an open world car game, less of a racer. And I started to have a problem with that at first, because it seemed like it was less about the cars and the racing and more about what kind of crazy stuff you can do in an open world. And that bothered me, but I've kind of just adjusted.
So they kept it pretty similar?
Yeah, there's a lot of, and I didn't play 3, but I played the first and second one. I put a lot of hours into the second one.
Right.
But when you have a game like that, you gotta shake it up sometimes, to do something different. But they have these things called showcase events, and basically that's like racing an airplane or a hot air balloon or something like that. And in Forza Horizon 4, you're in a warthog racing a pelican. And it's like a Halo mission. It's really cool.
Wow.
I should play it when you guys are over.
By the way, we've been watching your clips.
Oh my gosh.
Of your baseball player.
I watched those last night live on my stream, by the way. Like, I showed them on my stream. It was funny.
Dude,
did you
hit him right up top?
Yes.
So how fast does it tell you how fast the ball went?
It tells you how fast the pitch is, but not how fast.
They need to tell you how fast the hit's going, because I want to know. That seems to be a thing for you. Like, you have 3 clips over the past month of hitting pitchers in the face or chest with the ball, knocking them out. And somehow you got a double, like they got a double play off of one of them.
They still did. Yeah.
I bet you that pissed you off.
It did, but I was
laughing
too hard at nailing the pitcher, so it was okay.
You hit record immediately, by the way, too. You should probably wait a second.
I know. I'm like, I got to get that, because I can't.
It's
use
like a
voice
30-second
control
clip
anymore.
Do you want the Connect?
No, because it won't hook up.
There's no adapter.
They don't make them anymore.
I'm sure you can find one. No.
I'm sure you could, but I'm not paying for it.
I think we should. Well, I'll look them up and see.
But
They might be cheap. You would if it's voice.
No. I'm too used to just hitting guide and X real quick.
To each their own, I guess.
You hook up yours then.
I don't want it.
I don't need it.
Anybody want to connect?
I've adjusted, so it's all good. Let's get out of here.
Let's do that.
So thank you guys, everybody that is live on YouTube with us right now, chatting with us throughout the whole entire episode. Thank you guys so much. We're going to continue that.
Yep.
Next week.
Our dog is out. We better go check on her. So thanks for joining us, guys. We'll catch you next week for episode 136. Bye, guys.
Bye.